What's up, everybody? Danny here from the Famicast, and we're taking another look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey Cloud version on the Nintendo Switch. Having Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Switch has been pretty awesome. I've managed to put around 80 hours into the game, and have just been having an overall great time with it. The gameplay's fast and fluid, the story's interesting, and there's really just a lot of stuff to do here. Of course, if you've already read or watched my review of the game, you know all of this. It's been right around 2 months since the game was released, so I figured now would be a great time to go over some of the finer details of this version of the game, maybe some stuff that I might have missed out on in my review. Now, there's one important thing that you need to know about Odyssey on Switch before you even think about throwing down a fistful of cash. The game is region locked to Japan, so if you're living outside of Japan, aside from maybe using a Japan-based VPN, you won't be able to play it. There's no real solid information out there as to why this is, especially considering the other 2 cloud games on the system from Ubisoft, the cloud provider, Phantasy Star Online 2, Cloud, and Resident Evil 7 cloud version. Now, these are accessible to players outside of Japan. Now, my guess here is that most likely it has to do with the laggy experiences a lot of people were having with the games playing in North America, Europe, what have you, and perhaps it's just some kind of a precautionary measure to keep people from complaining about performance and the price. Ubisoft and Ubisoft decided to kind of region lock the game. And so please feel free to send your hate mail to Ubisoft or Ubisoft for further complaints. As we detailed in our How to Buy video on the channel, there are several things you need before you can play this cloud version. Be sure to check that out for all of that. But unlike consoles or the PC version, you will need the 44 megabyte launcher in order to play the game. That's something you can get right off in the Nintendo eShop. But before you do that, there is one thing that you should keep in mind. Assassin's Creed Odyssey Cloud version on the Switch isn't yours to own. This game is being sold as a 730-day or 2-year rental for the regular retail price of the game, which is 9,072 yen, the same as the PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions in Japan. After the 2-year period is up, you will no longer have access to the game. If you're okay with all this and live here in Japan, you'll be good to go. Additionally, save data is directly tied to the cloud, so players don't have to worry about losing their progress. Also, updates are done on the server side of things, so that's another thing that you really don't have to worry about if you have this version. While additional DLC is indeed making its way to other platforms, that content is currently not available for purchase on the Switch version. According to Ubisoft's FAQ for the Switch version of Odyssey, plans for downloadable content is currently undecided. Other things as well, such as the in-game store, are currently disabled in this version. Now, conversely, in an interview with Ubisoft conducted by Famitsu and translated by the good folks at Nintendo Everything, Ko Midoro, director of game development, went on to say, "We'll be handling the release of future downloadable content so players will be able to enjoy the same experience as on other platforms, so please don't worry about that." So yeah, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what all this means. As of right now, all of the free updates that come to the game are there. It's just these new story arcs, the Legacy of the First Blade and the Fate of Atlantis, these paid DLC, they just aren't available for purchase right now. If that changes at some point, I'll definitely put an update in the video description below. In terms of performance, as long as you have a decent internet connection with low latency, you'll be good to play this game off the cloud. I did find that while playing over Wi-Fi and cellular, the game can run a bit on the choppy side. When asked about performance in the same Famitsu interview, again, Nintendo Everything, check it out, Midoro went on to say, "No, performance wasn't a problem. We changed the user interface to better suit the Switch, but the game runs on the same basic spec and the same data exchanges as the PC version. On our side, too, we are working now on optimizing the networks to ensure users have a lag-free experience. The recommended network is 802.11ac 5 GHz for Wi-Fi, and if possible, we would recommend using a LAN adapter for a wired connection. But we've also conducted tests in-house with a 4G wireless connection, and as long as the network is strong, there should be no problem playing that way." I found most of what was said here to be true. When trying to play on a 2 GHz connection on my Wi-Fi, I did run into some significant issues with lag and stuttering. But trying the game again on my 5 GHz connection on the Wi-Fi, it was yielding much better results. If you want to see some video footage of that, definitely check out my review of the game. Now, playing on mobile was, well, I mean, it technically worked, but I really don't want to spend most of my time playing the game via 4G connection in my area. I mean, I have good data speeds, latency's okay, but yeah, no thanks. I've had the best results with a wired connection, where the game ran pretty much flawlessly. Assassin's Creed Odyssey cloud version continues to show that cloud-based gaming has some serious potential. The way it's being handled in Japan might not be ideal, like only owning the game for 2 years might leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth, but it's been a great testbed for the technology, and it's just a cool game to have on the Switch. And that's going to do it for our look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey cloud version on the Switch 2 months later. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing and or liking this video. We have all sorts of other things available here on our channel as well. We have podcasts, reviews, other special videos like this, and a whole lot more. You can also check us out on Twitter, Facebook, all that other stuff. We're at the Famicast. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Speeding up for a hit, Commander!